Revelation 2067. From the 12th of September 1941. Knowing God through marvels of creation. The utilization of divine grace also presupposes the will to come close to God, and since this will earns the human being everything he asks for, God's grace also comes to him unmeasured. For the willing human being also makes use of grace since it increases his willpower again. In striving to live a life pleasing to God, his heart is also willing to love and, through the granting of God's grace, also able to love. Thus the human being initially needs nothing more than to acknowledge God and himself as his creature, which is unworthy and small in his eyes, and to ask him. Then he will also ask him in the right way, and this humble request will be granted. But in order to recognize God, it is enough to delve deeply into the divine creation, to contemplate the miraculous works and to relate oneself to them. Serious thoughts about this will certainly lead him to the result that he himself will affirm his Creator, and then the desire to come close to him will awaken in him. Then God's love will take hold of him and help him to ascend. It is only ineffective where the human being remains in a will of rejection. For the attitude towards God is up to him. As soon as the spirit of arrogance prevails in him, the influence of God's adversary, the human being blindly passes by the miracles of divine creation. Consequently, he does not take the right position towards his Creator. He wants to deny him because he does not want to submit, or his attitude towards God is neither humble nor demanding. He does not request God's grace, consequently it cannot be granted to him, for he is endowed with gifts for the time of his earthly life as a human being which can and should result in his free decision. If he does not use this gift, that is if he does not use his thinking and will in the right way, then he will indeed also decide, but not for but against God. And then he makes the bestowal of divine grace impossible. Without this, however, it is also not possible to reach the heights. Man's will is the decisive factor, it cannot be judged by God. The human being must freely decide for God himself, only then is his spiritual higher development guaranteed. Amen.